LeBron and Steph, oh, their cute baby faces. Can you believe that this will be year 22 for LeBron and year 16 for Steph? Well, let's head out to LA, where LeBron just finished speaking at Lakers Media Day, and he's with our Dave McMenamin.
LeBron, can you show us the new ink? I think I saw.
Yep, Olympic gold medal, got my Capricorn logo. Got some other stuff on this side. I put "Who Cares" on my arm, because who cares?
Oh, I learned about some new ones. The Olympics one was what I was getting at.
Yeah, for sure.
That was, I was watching from afar. That Serbia game was some of the highest level basketball we're ever going to see.
Yep.
And obviously France, the way you guys closed it out, Steph's fantastic. What did that do for you to be back in that style of play?
Everything. I mean, that's what we all signed up for. That's why I was able. I wanted to reach out to those guys before we even got to that point, and then be able to have the vision of that moment, to be able to play for something meaningful, and then those games happen the way they were. One possession, being down. Obviously, we was down double digits to Serbia late in the third quarter, and to be able to rally and to win that game in the semifinals, and then have a worthy opponent in France come and give us everything they have with their home fans and their home country behind us and their home, and their home turf. So that's what it was all about. We was excited to be able to bring home gold, play for something, get our basketball juices flowing, and it was extremely fun.
You were teamed up with masters of the sport, and you had to come together relatively quickly.
Yeah.
You have a couple masters on this team, but there's some guys who need some seasoning.
Yeah.
What do you do to not microwave the process, not skip steps,
Right.
but what do you do to advance the process?
It's all about the details. We got to pay attention to the details every single day. And obviously, Coach Reddick and the coaching staff they're going to preach that, and it's up to us to be able to abide by that and go out and actually do it. And we got to hold each other accountable. Myself and this unbelievable person of a basketball player behind you. We're going to have an opportunity to teach these guys and lead these guys every single day, because we've been there before. We are a part of one of these banners that's up in here, but we want to add another one, and go from there. So, we look forward to that.
How does number 9 look in purple and gold?
He looks damn good. He looked better than I did my rookie year, on my first media day, and but excited for him in his journey.
JJ told us that he's going to consult with you and Bronny about that first moment you share the court. What are you going to tell him? What have you thought about? How have you envisioned it so far?
I've had my visions. I've dreamed about it. Whatever the case may be. But I have no idea what it looked like. Until it happens. They say it's the first time for everything, and this is the first for me. I haven't had many firsts. At this point in my career, when it comes to something happened with someone else. So for it to be here with my son and have that moment, whenever that case may be, whenever that moment is, it'll be something that will live in our household forever.
Behind closed doors, we saw it in a scrimmage, I guess. But Bronny says that you want to step out of bounds.
That's what he said. He said he saw the footage and I stepped out of bounds. So, if that's the case, then good defense by him. But it's always better, All
right, welcome back. Great to see you.
Clearly, the vibes are right in Los Angeles, and you heard it from LeBron James himself. They're trying to go for another banner. So, Perk, is this truly possible?
It is. They're not that far off. Again, like we always harp on, the key is going to be Anthony Davis, right? Is he going to be playing at that MVP level, back in the day type, New Orleans Pelicans, Anthony Davis? And what are you going to get from the others, right? How's Austin Reeves going to look? Is he going to be better than what he's been? We see he's constantly improving every single season. And the biggest question mark, especially in a guard-driven Western Conference, you got to look at what D'Lo is going to bring to the table, right? Is he going to rise to the occasion in case they have to go against a guy like De'Aaron Fox or Steph Curry or Anthony Edwards or Devin Booker? John Morant. The West is so loaded at the perimeter, you got to have to be able to match that firepower.
But Perk, look at what's on our screen. This is all about LeBron James. He's entering year 22, and I really feel like he's still, in some ways, you heard it from him, he got a gold medal tat. He's still one of the best players in the world. So, Ramona, what are realistic expectations for LeBron James as a leader of this team?
You know, it's just a matter of how many games they play and if they're healthy all year. I was talking to Mike Krzyzewski earlier this morning, and he advised the Lakers a little bit this off season and their hiring process and then how to approach this end of LeBron's career. And he goes, well, JJ Redick's gonna be fine as long as LeBron and Anthony Davis play as many games as they did last year. I mean, that's, as good a coach as he was. He goes, I'm not gonna win anything if my best players aren't playing. And so I think as long as he stays healthy, as long as AD plays as many, they each played over 70 games last year. And they just spent a whole summer playing for USA Basketball, playing deep into July and August. That's a lot on your body. And so, it'll be interesting to see how they move forward in managing those minutes at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I think when you look at the Western Conference, I think there's 8 teams that you can make an argument that can get out of the Western Conference. And I would put the Lakers in that mix. But there's a lot of things that have to break their way, and certainly the health of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the continuity factor as far as with Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell, and of course the X factor and JJ Redick. The biggest thing will be where their front court is. If their front court can stay healthy and there's no injuries, you can make an argument that the Lakers could be competing in late May, early June.
All right, Bronny, your first day, the start of the new season, start of your rookie year, start of your NBA career. What's excited you the most about the day so far?
Just the opportunities, just coming in and knowing that all my teammates are giving me the leeway and giving me open arms to go out and work and prove myself. But yeah, just excited for the season and what is to come.
JJ told us that he wants to talk to you and your dad about the moment that you guys will have at some point, maybe early on, maybe opening night, where you share the court together. Have you thought about it? And what will you tell him? What would be your feedback to your coach about what you want to do with it?
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. Just trying to come in and work and get better every day and learn. But yeah, I'm excited for that moment, but I haven't really had any extra thoughts about that. But yeah, I'm excited for it for sure.
I was talking to JJ last week. He said you've been in here, you and some of your teammates as well, but you've been in here a lot and have gotten a lot better in the last couple months. Where have you seen that in your game so far?
Probably just my shot creation. I've been working on that. Just player development and learning from all the vets that have come in and worked out with me. Yeah, just trying to learn from everyone and put in the work and get better every day.
Rob Pelinka told us there was a team scrimmage where you got matched up with LeBron on a switch, and he scored around the hoop. Can you break down the play for me, and then also just kind of tell me, was that different than LeBron wearing slides in the driveway?
Yeah, it was for sure different. I'll answer that one first, but it was for sure different. Yeah, I'll break it down a little bit. We just got switched on the kind of mid-post area on the dunker, and he spun baseline and went up and under. I jumped on the strong side backboard. He went up and under. But the refs that were reffing that game, his foot stepped on the line a little bit. I got that stop. I believe I got that stop, but it is what it is. He's in year whatever he is. So he's going to get that call. But
no instant replay in the practice time, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And just as we look ahead to the start of the regular season, what do you have to do between now and opening night to be ready for yourself?
The worst interview of the day right here.
Just
Come
learning.
Wow. Just learning. I'm just learning every day, trying to come in and get work, and get my work done, and, keep it going. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I still cannot believe what we are watching, father and son on the same court. It's truly an unprecedented circumstance. Perk, how would you handle game one? How would you approach the strategy in which LeBron shares the court with Bronny?
I mean, you gotta let it play out, right? It's gonna happen. I mean, you hurry up and you get it out the way. You have that moment, and then you get back to the meat and potatoes of it, of actually winning games. But it's gonna be a special moment, for Bron and Bronny. To be honest with you, it's every father's dream. So there's no way that you could just handle it or whatever. You just got to live in the moment, and when it happens, it's happened because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, for me, I think it would be an iconic moment if we just start Bronny game one, Minnesota at home. put them in a starting lineup, let those two play together to start the game. And then because there won't be, and I don't want to say it's a distraction, but it will be a lingering question. When are they going to play again? When, is it going to be the next game if it didn't happen in the Minnesota game? So I think start them in game one and then let the rest of the season play out from there.
I sort of feel like you should wait until maybe it's a big game, a few minutes left, no pressure, people are rooting for him to score, but starting, that's a bold choice. But Warriors, they spoke moments ago as well. And here's Steph on the expectations in Golden State.
You ask all 30 teams last season, do you have championship, aspirations? You probably take 8 of them serious, 12 of them, you're like, maybe. And only one gets to say, yeah, we had championship aspirations. So I think we're in that position where we can be a relevant team early and give ourselves a chance to compete and then assess where we are, because that's what every team has to go through. We just have the shadow of, to your point, like the expectations that we're supposed to be in that conversation.
One move in this league, it can pretty much set you up for how the next 10 years of your organization is going to go. And, sometimes the best deal you can make is to not make a deal. And I think, we did a great job in going out and getting pieces that's going to help this team grow, that will allow young guys opportunity to grow, and yet keeping the future of this organization as bright as it's ever been.
So speaking of the new look Warriors, here's what the roster will look like with the departure of Klay Thompson and the additions of Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson, DeAnthony Melton. Golden State missed the playoffs last year and looked to bounce back in pursuit of a 5th title in the Steph Curry era. So Bobby, you know a thing or two about making deals. As Draymond said, a deal could set you up for the next 10 years. But given their circumstance, do you think the Warriors did enough around Steph?
I think based on the circumstances, yes. And certainly they tried to go out and get Paul George and certainly Larry Markkinen here. But I think when you go out and get DeAnthony Melton and Buddy Hield and Kyle Anderson, it gives you so much roster flexibility moving forward. And I think eventually there'll be a deal for them to make, maybe during the regular season, to add maybe that all-star player. But under the circumstances right now, yes, that front office did enough for Curry and certainly Draymond Green.
Yeah, just remember, Steph Curry and Draymond Green, they talked to Klay Thompson before he left for the Dallas Mavericks, and Klay essentially said, I want to go, don't intervene. Don't intervene and try to get them to come up and make a bigger offer. And Steph and Draymond have been through enough with Klay Thompson that they said, okay, man, do what you got to do if this is what makes you happy.
Let's check in on Bucks Media Day.
I do know that, my teammates and my coaches, they're going to get the real version of me. Game 4 in Indiana, we both missed that game. I just told him, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, but me and you got to get connected.
No, busy, obviously. No, I didn't. I had the Olympics. I was in Greece. Then I got married. So I didn't have the chance, and I was hurt for I think a month afterwards. So I never had the chance to meet up.
I know the Bucks should be all green flags, literally, but a little bit of red flags there. Dame says he and Giannis didn't get to work out together all offseason. Perk, does this concern you?
Hell yeah, it do, especially not knowing how Chris Middleton is going to come back and then watching the New York Knicks stack up their roster along with the Philadelphia 76ers getting Paul George, and the Celtics are in the way. I mean, this duo is together to win the championship. And again, if they don't get on the same page and come somewhat close of what we saw in Jokic and Murray as far as a big man and guard, they got to get it together. Hopefully Doc Rivers could get them more on the same page throughout the course of training camp and preseason going into the regular season.
Well, they didn't get together physically, but they were talking all summer long, from what I understand. And I think they also both know they got to make it work. Giannis has to elevate Dame. Dame has to elevate Giannis. It can't be my turn, your turn again.
Well, it's now or never.
Yeah.
It's now or never. When you make the trade last year and now you enter this season, especially how the Eastern Conferences, they've got to get to at least a conference finals or an NBA finals of how this roster is constructed. And the health of Chris Middleton will play a huge role on what happens with this Milwaukee team.
Yeah, it absolutely will. I think maybe they want to keep it fresh when they see each other as the season starts, because they know that what they do in the games matters most. That
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Take them down, try to wear, I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here,